On Highway Through Hell, this one's going to be HLNG 5 wrecks in one. How the hell did that when a setting plows off average a stranding holiday? Travelers be careful enforcing Jamie's newest driver. I hope John can pull us off to take on a raging river shut up goop the park on the highway through hell. The last line of defense is a heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster because closure is not an option. What's the forecast for the hill underneath Christmas is just 3 days away. This is Christmas, the busiest time of year on BC's Coquiola Highway. Bad time for drivers to battle icy road, so we have a late snowfall. Up over the summits at the moment temperature of 0 road of 2 plow drivers like Michelle McKenna work through the night to keep the highway open. If you're coming back down the hill, throw sand out. It's a full assault in the mountain. But Highway 5 is already turning to chaos time for Al from Quiring, towing to got to work. The truck was in a 30 or 40 foot deep Raven nosed in the semi-wash heading northbound when the driver lost control, plowed off the road, and spun into a jackknife. The position of the rack will make it tough, but with a Christmas frightened. Travelers all wants to keep on lane open should be able to get it out. Thank you. I just waiting for Gord to come and grab hold of the off the end of the sink. This ravine is pretty steep here just before 2A. ML's partner, Gord Boy, pulls up to the scene. Way got a truck and trailer in the ditch facing the wrong way. Their biggest challenge will be keeping the fully loaded trailer from tipping onto its side. This is going to be fun. All will break 2 lines to straighten out. The regord will pull on the back end. Andra directes conline via Al's bumper to hold the semi-up run. I thought if it did flip, Gord could actually hold it using my truck as an anchor, ed up to gal little bit. Yeah, right, let's see if we can finesse this property out of here. You had to have 2 points pulled, they had to have pulled from the side, and you had to have both in the back. You couldn't have done that with one truck. I don't think you need to pull ahead a little bit. I'm getting pretty closer. These jobs usually happen in 3 or 4 short pulls. They never happen in one long continuous bowl, just free-wheeled. Harrington now, that's good. While Gord repositions, there you go. I gotta run this other line down to the front. Okay, I'll needs to straighten out the tractor so we can back it up with a little bit of finesse. Back it up onto the road and maintain the vehicle into a lane that we're working in one lane as quickly as possible because you don't know what's coming around that corner next. Let's see when it think you're pretty good. They're Gordon, absolutely amazing what you guys, you know what the hell they're doing can accomplish. Oh, just glad that you were here. Yeah, we never had traffic. Stock ons we did that job in one lane of traffic, and the truck was still drivable after we got them out the next morning at Jamie Davis's new Alberta dispatch. The boss is back on the road. This is the first time I've been in the rotator in 6 months, the last trip before a shutdown for Christmas with the holidays. Jamie is short-staffed, and he's got a long list of towing jobs for his regular customers around Edmonton. Chance for Met to jump in the truck and just go a job. And it happens to be the coldest day of the year because it's cold, double the train tank or the ditch. An overnight storm has left wrecks all over the road. Simeon versus a cart, that's a major job. Pull that out of the rebut. Jamie's too bussy with simple twos to tackle any big recoveries. It just beats a guy up driving by all these crashes, but I got my plate filled, so I got my jobs to do, and that's Alberta very icy right there. This is a pretty treacherous day. Feels good to get back in the truck again, but this weather is tough, even on Jamie's most powerful record. The rotator, all the hydraulics are moving, so slow put the pump on and running. When it gets that cold, things don't move in a hurry here. This is the kind of day where things will happen later in the day with Jamie Tupp in Alberta. He'll be counting on his BC crew to deal with any wrecks back home. There's so much going on, it's almost overwhelming for me. Trust that these guys are going to do the job for us. 2 hours north of Hope White, the distance down rushing water. The hood's probably ripped off, so we'll have to try and fix for that BC-led driver. John is one of the newest members of Jamie's team. Another one in the water. He'll have to step up in a hurry. This one's going to be HLNG. How the hell did head late yesterday? A tractor hauling a load of campers in Anissa Corner, knocking out a railing and plunging off the bridge into the river below. John left to scout the scene right away, but the sun was down at the time. He rived the bridge pretty hard. He took all the railing from one side of the refrigerator off the bridge to the other. The location made the wreck too dangerous to tackle. In the dark, drivers have been stuck all night. Been away for 2 weeks, benis to Getham. The main route for communities north of Whistler, BC Highway 99 is completely blocked, stranding holiday. Travelers at the worst possible tide could be the biggest job of the year. I hope John can pull us off and need him to do that. It's down 50, 60 feet into the creek. Trailers sticking up trucks, destroyed travel trailers all over the place. This wreck has everything that could go wrong written all over it. Find the distance down 2 hours north of Hope, BC. This one's gonna beach a multi-part wreck has shut down. Highway 99 2 days before Char. Christmas, this is one of the biggest jobs of the season. Guy over a bridge off a bridge deck, and it's got campers in the back. This isn't just come and hook this thing up and pull it out in 20 minutes so far. Jamie hasn't been sold on John, his new lead driver in BC. This would be fun today will be John's real test and need him to take care of it. And hope he can wait. Thighways want it open by 10, and that's not going to happen. My ultimate time goal right now is 3 o'clock to get this out of here. On this rope and Phil Renaudis on his way in Jamie's new 50-ton record HR. 116th, the most powerful truck Jamie has in the Beast Corporation. How much further is the accident? But for a job this size, even 160 huff. Jamie's called in a big on a 60-ton crane whenever someone goes down that we've got to time off, because if they get sucked in the water, oh yeah, you're gone. We're on a bridge. We're 6,070 feet up in the air to a straight drop into the water. It's snowing. It's icy. It's cold, babies. Here we can get there done with the tractor trailer and the campers. Jamie's team is faced with 5 separate recoveries. I'm raw. LPH hay filthy single lane wooden bridge can't support the weight off the crane. Plus the load isn't that sweet. The operator will have to set up on the road and extend his boom for the lift, and we'll take that trailer off, and we'll see about getting that one out. Safety chains and straps were put in place for added security during transport. And the 3 campers are also connected to ball hitches mounted on the main trailer. The first trailer, it's still attached on the bolly. It's dangling off the main trailer at a pretty good angle. You can get your who. Conatan, just pull it back, then we can secure it. How sturdy is this trailer? I don't need to be taken out before Christmas. None of us do. John quickly secures the trailer to keep it from slipping further secure. Okay, John will rig 2 lines from HR-16 into the front and back of the first camper. They'll pull the camper back onto the trailer deck, can seat stable. John will ridge it so the crane can lift it free before they tackle the next camper. 4 ends of are so good. We've got the trailer back up onto the main trailer. We're gonna back the crane and we'll hook them up. Just did a net. At team hooked around, that's perfect, buddy. They're hoping to wiggle and muscle the hitch free to get the camper off the deck. The ball looks like it's close to snapping out. No, it's not coming off. Let me come down, take a look. Like that lever's gotta come up. Yeah, I hear what you say. It's someone has to go down onto the wreck and release the hitch. If it's gonna go, it's gonna got that ways. Oh, stay upstream of it. I'm the head guy in charge, and I've always been taught in life, do not assign a job to somebody else. You're not willing to go do yourself this before, there's always a risk. Once you hit it could pop off right away. At least you come loose, it's upper effect. Okay, before you do anything, let me lift. Yeah, well, before you do anything, let me get out. Yeah. Okay, coming up, guy. Shows it looking okay. I'm gonna boom down so you can get your riggy off. Okay, that's good. The crane can now move the camper out of the way. John rigs up the Seacon camper for the crane. This is a tough rape, especially for a guy coming from the city, a guy who hasn't worked the mountains. It's okay, he's on his way down once again. John will have to release the hitch by hand. My feet are Greystone. Whatever I can brace them on, and if his lip, I can slide underneath this trailer and straight down in the water. It's dicey for job, because he's right. In harm's way, 160 miles southeast Kenmonk House is heading to a call-up, a remote logging road, mean my Forest Service roads that I can't seem to get away from no matter what. I've had a few white knuckle rides. I won't kid you about that. One of Jamie's longtime drivers, Ken, it try to come back down backwards. You need to end up in a ditch or over the embankment, and Di had a close call last season, the Regos, on another mow. Entame back road, I'm okay. No, it's all good this year. Ken's not working for Jamie, always looking for the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. I guess, but a Ken's gone right now to work for another company. He's a great guy. Ken is a great guy today. Ken's working with Jordy DePeroni. Yeah, Ken Monk House is working for me. Jordy runs Mission Wing, a 4th-generation family business. I've grown up into trucks. I used to ride with my grandfather as a kid. It needed a pillow to see where the dashboard, their big shoes to fill form. That's the biggest thing, is what would my J. Grandpato, how would my grandpa do this? I could always tell them I haven't got big shoes and they're not that big to fill, just do the job right. But this time the pressure is on Ken to do the job right. This is his first time working with the boss. Somebody didn't like there anymore. This car is burnt and all the wheels are burned off, the glasses all explode. Basically, it's just a shell of a cart, it's a mess. Nothing salvageable. So how do I do it? Rule of thumb is always turn it around and keep the heavy end up front, that steers block of one of these trees, and spin it sideways in. Grab the front end, take the front end up first. So we take those good old trees and we put a chain and some block and tackle. Okay, right there. Now it's facing the right way. Once we spin it around, we've got to get up to the main road out of this little goat trail that we're in good enough, good deck, beautiful. It's not going to stay on the wheel at all. He's getting it up this hill. We're going to have to be a little bit crude and drag it up to the top of the hill. This is off-road. Towing the whole time, I'm thinking to make it to the road and make it to the road. It's the engine that sucks. I've moved hundreds of burnt cars before, and I've never had a motor come out like that, a little bit of a move. And what was holding that engine and just let go? Just take it right up. Ken, yeah. Drop it on the roads, and now we've got to come back down, re-hook it. It's part of doing those jobs on the bush. Take a couple chains and a strap. We'll wrap it around the motor. I'll lift it up with the tow truck, drive it up to the top of the hill. Bing, bang, boom, fly our leaf that this engine is now at the top. Let's get this car loaded and let's go. I don't think this is how they do it in the factory when they make them beautiful. You work too hard. I like working hard. It was my first time working with Ken. He wasn't a give-up kind of a guy. He kept going it tight. Everything went fairly well. Jordy's happy, and we got it done. It was a good feeling, pretty happy at the bridge. John climbs farther down the trailer deck to unhitch this camper. Rush this stuffa. We use a piece of rope as a safety lines. So I've got one hand wrapped around this rope. Go right to your hand, but I'm hanging on to it, making sure that that hand doesn't release or let go, while I'm using my other hands to manipulate the hitch to get it to release. Hang on, he's undoing safety chains. Ralph chains are free. Okay, safety chains are free. Okay, it's unlocked now. Just hang on, he's going to get out of the reform. We got the hitch off, and then I actually had to cut the strap on the other side of the trailer. He hangs still here. I am underneath this trailers. So I got to make sure that the cranes got all this tension. If I cut that strap sitting underneath it, and he's not secure on BC's Highway 99. Holiday traffic has been at a standstill since last night. Yeah, a tractor trailer carrying 3 campers first through the guardrails on a single-lane bridge and landed in a rushing river. Doesn't take tension lift a little. Jamie's new BC lead, John, is trying to release these camper. She cuts the final transport strat. John, be careful, he needs to make sure he's out of the way. If the trailer's wings free, he come towards me a little bit, okay? I'm clear. Highway 99 has been closed for almost 20 hours. That's weighing on John. Mean the new guy, there's a lot of pressure on me to get the job done on the timely matter with the camper securely on the ground. John assesses the next challenge, and he doesn't like what the trailer is underneath the tires of this truck. The third trailer, it's the worst stuff. The button sits completely off the main trailer, and it's actually twisted underneath. There's no way that we're going to recover this thing all in one piece. 140 miles south, Ken Monkhouse's boss. Jordy is en route to another recovery. We're climbing the Chehalis Forest Service Road, which is a logger that goes straw. I'd up his mountain because we have a customer that went after fishing and a freak snowstorm hit the truck's lid and it's gone over the bank. Luckily, he's okay. How are you? Good. How are you? Good to see you. Wow, but the truck is far from okay and it's stuck in a bad spot. It's pretty intense. It's a little bit more of just a little recovery. It's quite challenging. Actually looking at it, the problem is all these trees that have fallen here. Trust me, I hit them all on the way down. I believe it welly or lucky. I'm going down the bank and I see all these trees and stumps sticking up. Hey. I'm looking at the angles of the path that's got to come up the trees, the stumps that are sticking out of the ground. It's like a path that goes straight to where my wrecker's sitting. I've got one shot to put this thing onto its wheels. If I don't put this on its wheels right away, and it drags over 5 feet first and then flips onto its wheels, it's going to make my job a lot worse. Unreal. That is definitely a challenging recovery. With Ken Monkhouse taking the burnt-out car to the scrapyard, I want to be right in the boom. Like right here, Jordy's brought a young mechanic with no towing experience to help out. We're pulling 1,000 pounds away. At least this job here is the maximum that I dow. With this record out of my way, do you want them to cross over? No. I don't. To my God, this terrain is just absolutely crazy to get through. Jordy rigs to the pickup suspension. Okay, let's go back up. I have one chance to put this truck onto its wheels. It's got to land on its wheels. Physics are right. Its hood flipped back on Highway 99. Jamie's crew is looking for a spot of chain up the third camper pinned under the trailer, but time is not on their side. Almost there. Oh well, darkness is just 2 hours away. Okay, he's got it around the back of the trailer, son. Now he's just got to figure out how to hook up. Jono has torqued the chains around the axles of the crane cantry to lift the camper. There's nowhere to step. The water is deep and it's running fast. I'm down there, crawling around trying to see what I can get, at what I can't get at, where I can hook them, where I can come down. Can I hope to hear? Can I step in this spot? I gonna fall. We hooked up to the axles just like we did all the other trailers. Up, okay. Goop, I think they would just pick it up and bring it out as it's coming up. Do I have it? You're bringing frame up. Honley, BC's Highway 99 has been shut down for over 24 hours. Jamie's depending on his new lead driver, John, to get it to pen down. Oh, but a badly damaged camper is stuck under the wrecked trailer. Goop. Bringing frame up. Honley, everything else is staying behind him. It's just ripping apart. Shaking my head, pieces of the trailer are flying out, water's running so fast they're gone before you could even think about catching them. There's nothing we can do about it now. It's after their failed attempt. John at least has access to remove the final safety chain. Be careful, the water gets him pinned against the rock and he can't get out. He'll drown fast. Okay, go ahead, lift's a good for it. These trailers are built to sonnet. They're only made out of tine and wood. The trailer was so compromised, there's no thing too secure, so just to part the campers are out. But now Jamie's crew has to tackle the heavy part of the recovery with less than 2 hours of daylight. Working in the dark in a river not going to happen. I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't expect them to do it. Not safe. John wants to separate the tractor from the trailer and haul them upon at a time on a truck and a trailer unit. You've got a fifth wheel plate and a kingpin on the trailer. And what it does is when you back the truck up underneath the trailer, the kingpin hooks into the fifth wheel and it latch. As it locks in place, it won't release unless the tractor is level with the trailer. John rigs to the tractor so Phil can lift with HR1 while the crane lifts the back end. I'll get around the axle. If I get around the frame, let's do that. We got a couple hours of sunlight. And then we're in the dark 140 miles south on the logging road. Come on, baby, Jordy DePerrin from Mission Towing Physics, all right? Its hood flip has just one chance to flip the pickup into position, so it lines up with a pathway between the tree stumps for and inside my head. I'm just like, yes. That truck was in the perfect spot for the stage of that recovery, but Jordy still has to get the wreck through a minefield of brush. These two lines, it's kind of walking like he was driving over it. There's a path about 7 feet between these two slumps left. It needed to come over top of this and ride through it. They used 2 lines, and I walked it so the truck's moving a little at a time. It's like grabbing their hands and climbing the same kind of an idea to bring it up. The worst part of the recovery is I can't see the pickup truck from where the tow truck is parked. I'm relying on McLean, who is not a tur, just watch it. I'm gonna lift should come over that lodgy. Yeah, let me know, snap the log right. Now they went through the lodgy. Yeah, perfect, whenever said it was going to come out pretty. Yeah, after rolling his truck in last week's snowstorm, the pickup owner sees the damage up close. You guys are amazing. You're a love. Yeah, that's the main thing. Yeah, what comes to mind right now? What do you like? What do you think when you look at this after seeing it ton skills on the road ops? Right? I can't believe the brunt that cab took, and the fact you still standing here talking to use about it. That's the other crazy part. I'm very, very fortunate. He's very lucky that the situation where God has it did. Sure about my plane, not bad for rookie. Yeah, not bad for me. First time back on Highway 99, John's rigging up the tractor to HR16 sill cantry to separate it from the trailers so that we can just pull the trailer out and then tackle the truck by itself. Crane will raise the back end while Phillips the tractor were running out of daylight. Hopefully this goes a little bit quicker than those trailers did. Goop to release the kingpin. They need to lift and even out the angle to reduce the gap between the tractor and trailer. Okay, you're clear of the post. They've leveled it out as much as they can, but as John trees to release the fifth wheel plate, it's just too much torque or pressure. Either the trailer is twisted in such an angle, the truck's twisted in such a way it's just not going to release for us. John re-rigs for a better angle on the lift, and they try it again. Watch yourself, but way too much. Gap on Highway 99 2 hours north of Hope, BC. I guess you have no idea how long it's going to be. Closing newly driver. John is running out of daylight. He needs to separate the dangling trailer and tractors of Arthur Kingpin is holding for the biggest part of the hole. Various eating at me was getting the truck out of the water. It has been in the reel ready for a day and a half. We're trying to take the pressure off the kingpin. You can even out the angle of the wreck the kingpin should release. Oh, this unit's not stable. Even though nobody's touching anything at the time, the trailer itself can move or shift. You just because you've manipulated a little bit of weight off of it. I didn't touch nothing, hold up a bit, nothing's happening. Still got too much, gap down force angle on the trailer towards the truck. It's not going to come free. There's no thing more we can do with that. Let's get the crane on to see what we can do with the crane. That's all we can do. Now I guess they'll have to lift the tractor and trailer onto the road together. And we're going to move the crane closer to the bridge HR16. The crane have to switch places for the crane to lick the cab where he wants meth. That puts the crane in a position where he can get hooked onto the tractor and lift the tractor out of the water. And as she's bringing the tractor up, 1/6 is going to pull the trailer back. We have to lift and can't just lift B. Cause of the rocks plus their retaining wall that we have to get up and over to Sunset is now less than an hour away. You're faster than I am. Ralph, the box is caught in that post with being up against the pylon. It created more of a problem for us. We're going to have to move our Nation 16 has tore position to get the trailer away from the post. To do stuff, to make motion forward, right? Something ain't working. Just change the plan. We'll just have to keep positioning ourselves every while. He's got the weight now, so we'll be able to lift it right up and out of the ditch. I'm standing by the crane. I'm hearing the alarms. If the crane surpasses its capacity, an alarm will sound, and the crane will shut down, or much worse. This operator narrowly escapes with his wife. Keep going. I'm a lot of concerned. Area capacity, we need to keep going. I'm looking up. The mare we good, can we keep going? Highway 99, heavy rescue plans to lift a tractor trailer out of the river. I'm hearing the alarms. I'm looking up to him. Are we good? Can we keep going? It's too heavy. I'm trying to get it closer, and I can't. The truck is too heavy for the crane to lift up the bank safely. Just get lined up so that you can get it. Or it'll come right out this way. That might just give you enough. The wrecker can pull the wreck in closer to the edge. The crane operator can retract this boom, increasing his lifting power. Snug your line up there, and then I'll know it's the last chance to get the truck out before dark. And everybody told the crew that we'd be out of there by 3:30. Hit 3:30, and we're still got more to get out. You're clear of the no post? All right, almost all the way out. One more pull, and she'll be out of here. The wreck is on the road and level. Oh, there we go. Finally, John is able to release the kingpin. Well, that's a long time coming soon right now. As it's getting dark, it's starting to get cold again. So it's going to ace up. We need to get the rest of this stuff out of here. Get this road opened up for everybody else. John and Phil work to move the wreckage. Oh, travelers can finally get moving. It's closed, Thought it might open at 4, but now they say it's going to open 8 o'clock this evening. There's always pressure to in the road. This is a situation here where you can't even let traffic by. They still have to load the campers. But Jamie's crew decides Dupinal anew. We're gonna let the traffic this year go because we got a lady here that's got a baby, okay? I'll just pull up this side and they can scoot around this way. We're gonna you moving. We're gonna edge you guys going. Okay, cranes moved. We're gonna let traffic go. And then I can get into position. He can load use after more than 27 hours. Traffic is finally moving on Highway 99 while John oversees final cleanup. Spec neater with her with Jamie's got this confidence in. So I'm very happy for that. Oven himself out there in the field. You can't argue that good job was spend the night. Now we're out of here. We're gonna head home. It's exhilarating. We got the job done. We got the road reopened. The vehicles are loaded on their respective units. The trucks are ready to pull out, and everybody's gonna be home for Christmas. It's perfect. Next time on highway through hella truck deep in a ditch ready to go brings Jamie back to the road. A manga grocery trailer means a massive cleanup and a massive heading. You're pulling too hard. Alan Gord race against rush hour 80. Zeros and pound load overpowering their records, please.